Ooh, back again, another video, another day, another day, another video. Who would have thought? All right, so we got another video for today. It is part 2, top 10 most impactful anime fights from ViniTube. Boy, ViniTube's been on the grind, man. He's been on the grind, and let's see what he has in store for us this time. And without further ado, let's get on with it. Oh yeah, by the way, this is GBTV. It's your boy. Like this video, comment on what other stuff you want me to react to, and yeah, subscribe if you like my opinions, or if you think my opinions are trash and want to roast me, go ahead, roast me. I deserve it. I do. Yeah, let's get on with it, man. What is this?
I think that for a lot of watchers of action anime, there's
what
one
is
thing
this
that they
anime?
look forward to: fights. We're talking
Yeah.
battles, high
Any
octane
action anime
and
fan
flashy
is looking
cuts
for
that
fights.
showcase the animators at their best. The good news is that there's no shortage of those in anime. Anime is really one of the best places to go if you like battles, whether they be the fantastic
Oh yeah,
ones
this
with
Naruto
magic or
versus
testosterone-filled
Momoshiki. I think that's his
slugfests.
name.
Looking at the live
I knew it.
on the previous video, it seems that you guys really
This is
like
the part that I cut out from my video, but I felt like, I think I said in my last video, Aaron versus Reiner felt like a little better combat, hand-to-hand combat than Aaron versus Annie. I think I said that in my last video. Hopefully I did.
And combat in anime. So for
They got
this
Saitama
video,
versus
we'll be going
Boros.
through 10 more of the best hand-to-hand fights from anime. In this video in particular,
Well, what
I've
is
also
this
gone
anime?
through the effort of adding some fights from some of the less popular anime out there. I hope
Is
that
this
by
Blue
end of
the
this video,
Almighty?
I would have introduced you to one or two titles that you may not have heard of before. So without further ado, let's
Holy
get
shit,
started.
what is this one? Holy fuck. Real Drive? This dude's getting bodied. What is going on?
Before most of the shows that put them on the map came into existence, Production IG had a hand in producing one of the sci-fi shows that fell under the radar in the late 2000s.
Is that a robot?
I'm talking about Real Drive. As early as its 5th episode, Real Drive already treated its audience with a pretty good fight with some great hand-to-hand action. In this episode, we have Sota taking on the fearsome Iron Schwartz. To put it bluntly, Sota at this point has been a flunk. We see glimpses of his defeat at the hands of Holon haunting him, and thinking about that isn't exactly a winning recipe for any fighter. Nonetheless, Sota gets to show off some moves here and there, and with some intervention, manages to win the battle against Iron. Overall, I think that Real Drive is a nice show with some cool fights and visuals. I probably wouldn't call it too underrated, but I think it's a decent series that could use some more popularity. Then again, with so many good anime coming out this past decade,
tough.
I wouldn't be surprised if people don't even remember
Oh,
Real
she
Drive.
helped him because he couldn't see in the dark. Kami versus
Gintama's
Hosen.
141st episode gave us this one highlight of a fight featuring Kagura's elder brother. Finding himself in battle against the humongous Hosen, he gives us a great showcase of his close quarter combat.
This is what I say right now. Any anime you think of, when the dude is fighting with his eyes closed, he's a savage. Think of any anime you've seen where somebody is fighting somebody with their eyes closed and they're laughing. They got a smile on their face. They're like, and they're just like, just blocking everything with their eyes closed. Dude's a savage.
The action is fast and furious, with the two going.
And when they finally open their eyes, they turn into even super savages, where they're like even harder to beat. Like, damn nigga, just keep your eyes closed. I'd rather you close your eyes instead of open them against me.
Against speed. The action itself was quite tough, given how fast everything moves, and the hotly contested battle between two strong fighters ended in a draw. I don't know about you, but to me it seemed that Hosen was a lot stronger than his opponent in this fight. This fight still starts discussions every now and then when it comes to Gintama fanbase. I mean, realistically, Kamui could have been screwing around. Given his personality, that is a possibility. I wonder what could have happened if both people
The dude doesn't look like he's taking it
to
seriously.
the death.
He literally doesn't look like he's taking it seriously. Birdie the Almighty. That's what I meant to say. They made a Birdie the Almighty got an anime adaptation? I didn't know that. When did that happen?
I think that Birdie the Mighty as a series is quite underrated. It's fun, it has a lot of great action scenes, and while the art might seem dated by modern standards, it doesn't distract from the awesomeness of scenes such as this fight in particular. Now this fight stood out for me for some reason such as the high octane action and just how dynamic it looks. You have two combatants engaging in hand-to-hand combat that spills all over the place, with the ruined city backdrop adding a nice touch. Now that I think about it, doesn't it remind you of a superhero fight somewhere? The whole sequence wouldn't look out of place in one of them. I wouldn't blame you if that's what you think. Actually, this is the fight that inspired the last fight in Man of Steel, if I'm not mistaken. I'd say that Snyder picked an amazing fight for his inspiration. This show deserves to be far more popular if you ask me.
Bird the Almighty was a cool manga, bro. Another Hajime no Ippo.
Now, I'm positive that a lot of Hajime no Ippo fans would agree with me when I say that Kimura had one of the great character arcs, and everything culminated in his championship fight in the OVA. I feel like this is one of the more underrated fights in the series, and Kimura's determination and drive earned him more than a fair share of fans. It's a given that Hajime no Ippo has a lot of great hand-to-hand fights, but this takes the cake for featuring one character that still needs some love.
Dude looks scared.
Kimura's fight against Mashiba is bar none the highlight of the execution
scared,
and it showcases the best techniques that the two combatants use to fight each other. The tense fight includes a final exchange where both fighters hit each other and Mashiba wins just by the skin of his teeth. Even if he didn't win the match, Kimura got himself a lot more fans for his excellent showing that can be seen in Hajime no Ippo's OVA.
What the hell is this? Bunch of CGI. Kagan Ashura.
Coming in the sixth spot, we have a fight from the newest rising star in the world of martial arts series, Kengan Ashura. I think that those who've watched Kengan Ashura would have at least one fight to remember.
You never go there, bro. I'm guessing this is a street fight and no rules are applied. Okay, so it's like a Muay Thai type of like anime? Can you call this anime, to be honest, bro?
Spot, we have a fight from the newest rising star in the world of martial arts series, Kengan Ashura.
This is definitely one of the best animated CGI animes I've seen. Because most of the CGI animes I've watched look terrible. It still looks a little weird, but at the same time,
Ashura would have at least one fight to remember.
It's probably easier for them
series.
to
For me,
create.
it's the one that puts Omar and Ryan against each other. The two come face to face in the second round of the Kengan tournament. The battle between the two turned out somewhat like you'd expect. Early on, Ryan finds himself on the ropes, pressured by the flurry of attacks by the upstart Omar. However, it doesn't take long before the one called the Devil turns the tables, delivering one hell of a beatdown in return. A back and forth exchange with the combatants releasing power after power ends with Omar clutching a victory with his Nico style. This is just one of those back and forth fights that make martial arts anime so fun to watch. If I was recommending a fight to someone in order to get them to watch Kengan Ashura, this one would be one of the top contenders. Seriously, if you haven't watched this series and are craving for some manly fighting anime, then this is a good choice to consider. It's either this or the very next series up on the list.
That was fucking wild. BAKI. I've heard of BAKI.
Itself on some of the most outrageous fight sequences, and this fight is a showcase of what the series brings to the table. It's simply insane. Just take a look at it. I don't know how else to describe this fight between Spec and Hanayama. The two trade blows, but it really felt more like a clash between two giants, two indomitable titans. The two chunks of muscle take each other to the limit, showing off some techniques that are just as absurd as they are good. This goes on for quite a while before Hanayama finishes the fight by simply brutalizing Spec to the point of surrender. The cool thing with BAKI though is despite the spectacle you see in fights like this, there are still some real techniques being shown. BAKI 2018 might be
sumo wrestler?
JoJo territory in its fights and character designs, but at its core, it's still a good old martial arts series.
Damn. I'll be honest, bro. Eren versus Reiner does not deserve to be this high up. Those two, Kengan Ashura and BAKI, deserve to be higher than this. Because even though this was a cool fight in terms of hand-to-hand, it was not as skilled as those other ones. Not even close.
A key episode in Season 2 of Attack on Titan is the one where Eren and Reiner duke it out in their Titan forms. Emotions are already running high thanks to the revelation of the identities of the Colossal and Armored Titans. This battle pushed those emotions over the edge as the Titans clash in the highlight of this episode. We're used to seeing Eren bludgeoning his opponents as a Titan, but such a tactic might not stick with Reiner this time around. They don't call him the Armored Titan for nothing, you know, and in a direct confrontation, Eren has all the disadvantage in the world, except he doesn't, thanks to his experiences as a human. Ultimately, it's the training with Annie from way back that allowed Eren to get the advantage and come out on top in this battle. Fighting smart for once, Eren shows tremendous signs of growth. However, victory is short-lived as the Colossal Titan, or what remains of it, crashes the party and joins the battle.
Boros versus Saitama. Even though Saitama wasn't even trying in this fight.
An excellent first season of One Punch Man is this fight between Saitama and Boros, the leader of the invasion forces.
I'll be honest, even though season 2, animation-wise, wasn't the best, Silver Fang versus Garo was still pretty dope, even though Silver Fang whooped his ass. I still like that fight.
Slouch being responsible for the destruction of a city through the dark matter thieves. Boros has even grown tired of competition, having grown so strong that enemies already bore him. Reminds you of someone among the good guys, does that? Hey? Having Saitama and Boros face off in the climax of One Punch Man's first season seems to be a match made in heaven. In terms of the actual fight, I think that it delivered, giving us some of the most amazing scenes and sequences in modern anime history. You can really feel the destructive power of the attacks and how hard each attack hits through the effects. I put this fight as third on the list because despite the raw hype generated from the fight itself and the way the whole thing is presented, it's not exactly a fight.
What's number 2 and number 1?
Saitama.
Yeah,
we all know
absolutely
Saitama battles can't really
them.
be called fights, can they? Especially given his moniker.
Naruto. Really? Naruto and Sasuke versus Momoshiki. This is a dope one.
It's been a long
I gotta
time
get
coming,
to
but we finally see Naruto and Sasuke in action again in Boruto. This time, instead of them fighting each other like we've become accustomed to, it's surely a breath of fresh air to see them work together in order to take down a new threat. Nostalgia goggles aside, I really think that this is one of the better fights in the series. Watching this battle, you can't help but feel the intensity of it all. The soundtrack certainly helps matters, and you can see the teamwork and chemistry that the duo always had in action. The animation for this fight is simply amazing, and that's something that few can replicate in my opinion.
The way that Sasuke uses Kamui was just fucking fire in this, bro.
Up to the hype. I know how people feel about Boruto as a sequel,
Kamui and how he was able to use that reversal with his
well-animated fights, and
this
fight featuring the old characters showing that they still have it is just one of the many great action sequences and emotional fights that Boruto has to offer.
What's number 1? What is this? Oyo's one-man army. Wait, what is this? Whoa. What is this? Hitori no Shita. I've never heard of this anime. Whoa, what the fuck?
When it comes to fights, we've gotten so used to seeing made-up techniques or otherwise mundane attacks being given the upgrade and becoming grand spectacles.
Oh, he's taking on 3 people at once!
In this fight from Hitori no Shita, we see some of the smoothest fighting animation from anime that have come out in recent years. Rarely do we see something like Tai Chi being represented in anime combat, but the team did an epic job in showcasing how cool the martial art is, all while making it look slick and awesome as hell. Kudos to the team for featuring one of the less popular and more graceful fighting styles in the world, and making it accurate and at the same time very cool. It's also the return of Boruto's episode 65 team, and we all know how great that Momoshiki fight was. Real martial arts enthusiasts will surely appreciate how this episode delivered in accuracy.
Oh, he's in their chakra points. Yo, we gotta go back.
That's gonna do it for this list. Hopefully you guys found a new show.
Wow.
When it comes to fights, we've gotten so used to seeing made-up techniques or otherwise mundane attacks being given the upgrade and becoming grand spectacles, but not here. In this fight from Hitori no Shita, we see some of the anime that have come out in recent years. Rarely do we see something like Tai Chi being represented in anime combat, but the team did an epic job in showcasing how cool the martial art is, all while making it look slick and awesome as
that
well.
was hard, right, when he
One
did
of the
that.
less
Holy
popular and more graceful
shit.
fighting styles in the world, and making it accurate and at the same time very cool. It's also the return of Boruto's episode 65.
Fam, his
team,
cup
and we all
stayed
know
with
how
him the
great that
entire time
Momoshiki
throughout that
was.
fight.
Real martial arts
3-on-1.
enthusiasts will surely appreciate how this episode delivered in accuracy and choreography.
That was badass.
Well, that's going to do it for this
That
list.
was badass.
Hopefully you guys found a new show to watch thanks to this video. If you're up for more content
Yo.
like this, then don't hesitate to
Oh,
like,
shit, they're using powers
subscribe,
now?
and
Holy
hit that
shit.
sweet bell button so you can be the first in line when it comes to
Yo,
new updates.
this
As always,
anime
stay tuned
looks
for more content like
wild.
this. I hope you enjoyed this list. Stay safe and stay strong, and I'll see you next time on ViniTube.
Yo, what was that anime called? Hitori no Shita. I gotta look this thing up, man. That one was super freaking dope, man. Damn. Hey, thanks ViniTube for that. That's a new anime I gotta check out now. All the fight scenes play out like that. That's worth taking a look at. Damn, bro. I'm just amazed at how well that fight scene played out. Damn, that was super crazy right there. I definitely gotta check out Hitori no Shita. I never knew anything about that. I never knew anything about that. Holy crap, man. But that was a great list right there. That was definitely a better list than the first one. Those were some amazing ones. Baki, Kengan Ashura, Hitori no Shita. Those were fucking fire, bro. Hajime no Ippo. I never thought a boxing anime could look that dope. I just never watched Hajime no Ippo because there's so much now. But I feel like I gotta hop on Hajime no Ippo now, bro. All those, man. Those are some great suggestions, man. All right, but yeah. Thank you for sticking around and watching this reaction, man. Make sure you like this video and give me your comments on what other fight scenes you thought was pretty dope. But without further ado, man, we're out of here, bro. Peace out.